serious tone. If your heart isn't breaking, you're not paying attention. The situation unfolding in Gaza is a humanitarian catastrophe that demands our attention and empathy. Gaza is in crisis, a region already beleaguered by years of conflict and hardship, now facing an unprecedented escalation. And the numbers are staggering. The sheer scale of the devastation is hard to comprehend, with statistics that paint a grim picture of the human toll. Urgent and serious tone. After the collapse of ceasefire talks, hopes for peace were dashed. Israel has launched a series of intense airstrikes on the Gaza Strip, targeting what they claim are militant positions. The skies over Gaza have been filled with the roar of jets and the thunder of explosions, a stark reminder of the fragility of peace in this region. The death toll has risen sharply, with each passing hour bringing more tragic news, with over 400 people killed, including 174 children. These are not just numbers, they represent lives cut short, families torn apart, and futures stolen. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu defended the strikes, stating that they are a necessary response to ongoing threats from Hamas. Calling them a response to threats from Hamas, the cycle of retaliation and violence seems unending, with each side justifying their actions as defensive. But the international community is calling for restraint, urging both sides to step back from the brink of further bloodshed, and condemning the violence. Voices from around the world are demanding an end to the hostilities, emphasizing the need for dialogue and diplomacy. Opposition leader Yair Lapid is urging public protests against Netanyahu, calling for a change in leadership and policy, blaming his government for the renewed conflict. He argues that a different approach is needed to achieve lasting peace and security. Within Gaza, the situation is dire. The infrastructure is crumbling, and the people are in desperate need of aid and support. Hamas has appealed to friendly countries, seeking international intervention to halt the strikes, to pressure the United States to intervene. They are calling for a stronger stance from global powers to bring an end to the violence. They describe the strikes as aggression, framing the conflict in terms of survival and resistance, and a genocidal war. The language used underscores the deep-seated animosities and the high stakes involved. International concern is mounting as the violence escalates. The world is watching, and the pressure for a resolution is growing. There are increasing calls for a peaceful resolution, with many advocating for renewed peace talks and negotiations, to prevent further bloodshed and suffering. The hope is that through dialogue, a sustainable and just peace can be achieved. The world watches closely, with a collective hope for an end to this devastating conflict. Hoping for an end to this devastating conflict. The images of suffering and destruction are a call to action for the global community. Stay informed as the situation continues to evolve, and let's hope for a swift and peaceful resolution. Every voice and every action counts in the pursuit of peace. This has been your update on Gaza Under Fire. The story is far from over, and we will continue to bring you the latest developments. Remember to subscribe for more updates on this developing story. Your awareness and engagement are crucial in these times.